G'day guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And in today's video we're going to be taking a look at some AFL Guernseys 10 years ago versus today. Now obviously I did this video last week, however that was with home Guernseys. Today we're going to be switching it up and we're going to be doing it with clash Guernseys. Now last week we saw there was little to no improvement in some of the jumpers, which was pretty boring to see. But with these clash Guernseys we have a lot of changes. Today we're going to be going through the 2011 clash kits for every team compared to the 2021 clash kits. Now obviously we start off with Adelaide and with the Dogs, and there is a lot of improvement in some of these jumpers. So if we start off with the Crows, we can see with their 2011 clash kit they have a main colour of, I would say, white, which a lot of clash kits obviously have. And then they've got the crow coming in from the left side of the jumper, and then in the bottom left they have a blue slash design with the red and yellow also on the right, and it goes into the back of the jumper as you can see there. Now I love the designs the Crows used to do with their clash Guernseys. I reckon they used to make, they still do make the best clash kits in the league. Over the past 10 years they've made a lot of banger clash Guernseys. And if we compare it to their 2021 yellow Guernsey, now obviously this is probably the best clash Guernsey in the league this year, however, there's a lot of differences in these jumpers. Now obviously we can see totally different designs for the jumpers, but I would say, the Adelaide clash from 2021 is just a bit basic with the stripes. We'll move straight on to the Brisbane Lions. Now the Brisbane away one compared to the Brisbane 2021 one is a little bit similar. We can see the two colours still the same two colour schemes. We can see the blue and the maroon, or it's kind of a bit of a red even, to be honest, there on the jumper, but we can't see much differences. However, the font in the jumper numbers change, and obviously probably the main fact that you can see here is the change of the lion logo. Moving on to Carlton now, obviously they had back in 2011 their sky blue kit, which I really didn't mind. I loved seeing them in action with this clash kit. I liked seeing them switch up the colour a little bit, and I didn't really mind this sky blue Guernsey from the Blues. However, a lot of people for some reason have mixed opinions. I think it's a brilliant Guernsey. And obviously their old Carlton FC logo. Now obviously nowadays they have the full white kit with the logo in the middle and a little bit of a design on the side of the jumpers. But yeah, not too much different, basically just the colour scheme and the logo. Now we move on to Collingwood. Is there much to see about these jumpers? Not really, apart from the fact that they have 3 bold stripes in 2021, and back 10 years ago they had they have 3 stripes, but they've also got 2 half stripes on the sides of each jumper. So we'll move straight on to Essendon team. So there wasn't much interesting with Collingwood, and they also didn't have much interesting with their home Guernseys as well. So with the Essendon 2011 clash kit, we can see it's very ugly. It's a massive sash, which I don't really rate from the Bombers there, but they have improved a big time over 10 years. Now obviously they still have the slash, but it's much better. It's a much better design than they had 10 years ago. We see the black glow coming out of the sash in 2021, which just makes the Guernsey look a lot cleaner than it did 10 years ago with that big ugly sash. Now if we move on to the Dockers, we basically see no change, no improvements at all, just a bit of thinner lines in the 2021 kit compared to 2011. Moving on to Geelong. Now I forgot to mention at the start of the video that some of these teams don't use any clash Guernseys nowadays, so I've basically just picked out their clash Guernsey from 10 years ago, and that's just all we'll be looking at. So for today, Geelong don't have a clash kit nowadays. They just have, I'm pretty sure, an away and a home kit, or maybe just a home kit, but they just switch up the short colours, but I'm not 100% sure. But with the Geelong clash Guernsey, we can see the not the navy blue, we can just see the dark blue as the main colour for a clash Guernsey. A bit strange back in 2011, but then they've got the stripes coming out of the Guernsey like they usually have. They only have 2 though this time, and they've got the cat in the middle, which I really don't mind the designs where the teams put on their club animal, which I don't mind at all. Looks pretty cool, but obviously we've got nothing to compare to as they don't use a clash kit nowadays. Moving on to the clash kit for the Gold Coast Suns, we can see the main colour being white with a little bit of a swirl. Looks sort of like a wave. that could actually possibly be what design they're going for there. But we can see the Gold Coast logo. Now obviously we've had a switch of Gold Coast logos over 10 years. They've just got rid of the sun in the background of their logo. However, they've had a big improvement over 10 years, and their Clash kit this year looks pretty damn nice if you ask me. Moving on to GWS, they had a main colour as well of white. Back in, well, 2012, which is when they started. Obviously can't get a 2011 kit if they started in 2012. Main colour of it white, with the top bit being orange, very top bit being orange, with a little sash or a little bit of grey under the orange. Then we can see in their 2021 kit, it's just all out orange. They obviously had a few Clash kits this year. They had, well, this one, and then obviously they used their, pretty sure, charcoal grey kit in the Sydney Showdowns or in a few other games as well, which I would say looks better than this Clash kit, but I picked out this one because I'm pretty sure it's one that has been used the most for the Giants this year. Moving on to the Hawthorne kit now, they don't use a Clash kit this year. Pretty sure they're just similar to Geelong. They just use, maybe they only use one kit, because I'm not 100% sure if they change to the white shorts often, but anyway, they don't have a kit for 2021 that I'll be able to show today. However, their 2011 kit is pretty outstanding, to say the least. Now, obviously, a lot of these club animals that are on the, or club logos or animals that are on these shirts from 10 years ago, they're placed pretty high up, and nowadays you see the logos are placed around those areas, so it's quite interesting to see if there was any sponsors or anything on the shirts, because the animal would get in the way, of this design if, yeah, the sponsors were on the jumpers. But however, the Hawks one, really don't mind it. Yeah, really good design. I love this, the Hawk coming in and landing on the jumper. Looks pretty cool if you ask me. However, the main white colour probably could have been changed, but the Hawks have had some pretty good Clash kits over the past 10 years as well. Moving on to the Ds, they had pretty much a main colour of white with the royal blue or navy blue, I'm not 100% sure what it is, down both sides of the jumper. Then they have the red part of the V with a little bit of a blue outline on the V as well in their Clash Guernsey from 10 years ago, which isn't a bad design. They have actually put a few bits of detail here and there, which is pretty good compared to their kit this year, which they've had for, I think, the past 3 years, and it's just the basic kit and pretty much very similar to their home kit, however, just a little bit of a different shade of blue. Now, as we see the North Melbourne one, from 2011, their main colour was royal blue, which is now used obviously as a home colour for them nowadays. They got 3 main stripes. Now in 2021, they actually changed their Clash Guernsey for this year, and I'm pretty sure, I reckon it's one of the best Guernseys we have seen in the past few years. But I've got the old one here because I actually got these Guernseys together about a week ago, and yeah, the new one just came in a few days ago. So the new North Guernsey, I might have to do another Guernsey ranking video soon, but the North Clash Guernsey for this year is outstanding, top class, 10 out of 10, top tier. Jeez, I reckon it's one of the best we have seen in a while. Really love some of the North Melbourne Guernsey designs, and the new Clash one I'm a big fan of. Moving on to the Port Adelaide one now, they have a main colour of white, which for Port Adelaide I don't think works out too well. Then they've got their, obviously their white, sorry, not their white, they've got their other colours of their logo and heritage as the V, which is what they've had for a while now, but they have a little gap in the top to not make the V go over the top. And for the Port Clash one in 2021, now the grey kit, I don't mind it, but I think a little bit different colours could work a bit better for the Port Clash kit this year. Moving on to the Richmond one, they had a main colour of black for their Clash kit in 2011. And we can see a little bits of yellow on the side of the Guernseys as well as the collar as well. So we've got a lot of colours mixing up for yellow and black. And obviously the yellow sash through the middle of the Guernsey. And for their 2021 kit, I don't mind it. It stands out a lot. They've got a different colour of yellow over the past 10 years. Their yellow kit this year really stands out. And they've just got the simple black sash in the middle, so just a reverse of their home Guernsey. Moving on to the St Kilda 2011 kit, I reckon this is a real good Guernsey in my opinion. They've got the cross, which I don't mind the Saints bring into action for a Guernsey. It doesn't look too bad at all. Compared to their 2021 kit, I don't mind their Clash kit for 2021. It just looks very clean. Now, obviously, it's a basic jumper, basic design, but just the way it's put together is really nice and clean. So don't mind both of these kits. Really, don't mind too much of the Saints Guernseys. Moving on to the Sydney away kit, they've got a bit of a heritage V. I'm pretty sure that's why they have had the V 10 years ago. And not a bad Guernsey at all. And then obviously the Opera House design, which I have in every single one of their Guernseys, or most of their Guernseys. And in 2021, they obviously have basically, I'm pretty sure, the same jumper as they use at home. However, the back of the Guernsey is in white instead of red, and I'm pretty sure they also wear white shorts in their Clash instead of red shorts. West Coast using a main colour of white, which, yeah, well, for a West Coast jumper, maybe a Clash jumper could be switched up a bit, as we see with their Clash kit nowadays. But yeah, back in 2011, their kit used to be very cool, very similar to the Crows Guernsey as well. So I reckon, yeah, them and the Crows had very, very similar Guernseys, very similar designs. And for their kit nowadays, very clean, probably one of the best Clash kits we have in the league at the moment. Moving on to the Bulldogs, last but not least, we have their 2011 Clash kit, which doesn't look too bad. I like how they introduced the logo into their Clash kit, which doesn't look too bad. So for them to get rid of that logo and just have the basic stripes for it nowadays, yeah, well, obviously they changed their logo and probably keep it basic for this year's Clash Guernsey. I reckon that's what they've gone for. But yeah, both designs, main colour is white. And yeah, still got the red and blue stripes. So there we have it. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more AFL content. I'm going to try and pump out some AFL videos over the next few weeks. Now, obviously, we're in the off season, but I've got some pretty good ideas, I reckon, that I can go off to keep the AFL content rolling on just for a few more weeks until we get into the Big Bash, which will be starting next month. So stay tuned for some Big Bash content, stay tuned for some more cricket content and off-season content here and there, but a lot of AFL content will still be pumping out on the channel. So leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video.